Sorry I'm late, boss. What's going on?
Sir, there has been a murder, and you are a suspect.
Okay. Hang on just a sec. Let me settle in, and I'll be right back.
Very good.
Bro.
All right, bing, bang, boom.
Bet.
MurderVerse
Bing,
Radio.
boom.
Yeah.
Number.
What episode number
Maybe
is
3.
this?
I think it's 4.
Maybe 3, maybe 4. Who knows?
Maybe 3.5.
Maybe 3. Nah,
Maybe in
definitely
between.
not 0.5. It's definitely 3 or 4. We'll see. We'll see how time
Depending
goes.
on the mood of this guy.
It definitely depends on if I can salvage an episode, you know, because we're learning as we
You
go.
definitely should be able to. That was a great episode.
It was a great episode. We talked a lot of
Killer.
shit. Matter of fact, I don't want to
Shouts
bring
out
up.
Mac.
Yeah, always shouts out Mac.
Whenever
Always
he can
shouts
make
out
it,
Mac.
that is. Whenever he can fucking make it.
But,
I'm always going to give you shit for that shit. Mac,
As you
I
should.
know he said he was gonna be here tonight too. He's like, I should just come watch it.
he was gonna be at the sit-in studio.
Yeah. There's
Studio
a lot of
audience.
back there.
Yeah, no, this is actually recorded in front of a live audience. We just tell them all
They're
to
just
stay
a really
quiet.
trash audience. As you can see, they're a really whack trash audience.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? They don't even react to shit.
But
Clap track.
yeah, exactly.
The clap track that you produced right here by yourself.
I was laughing just because like you went under the table with it, but it's a wide angle lens, so it's like it's gonna
So it can
catch.
tell us you-
Yeah.
If we didn't know any better, he'd be like, what the hell's
Fire.
Tim doing under the table right there with the clapping noise?
Fire.
You
But
guys don't see the applause sign.
exactly. But
Haven't been
yeah.
able to afford that yet.
got a
Shouts out.
very special guest with us today.
What up?
No stranger to the
To the danger.
Murderverse.
no stranger to the danger. No stranger to the MurderVerse.
This is OG MurderVerse right here.
Yeah,
You know
pretty
what I'm saying?
much.
Get that shit
exactly,
right.
exactly.
Flash.
Who's you? Who's you? Where you hail from?
Stat. Mesa, you know how it goes?
Yeah,
Make sure you're talking to the mic, by the way.
No,
so
it's
the
good.
mic's
It's
in-
good.
Oh, it
It's
is?
good. It's good. It's good.
But by the way,
Yeah.
this is a guy who I accidentally shouted out when he brought up Ohms. Like when he said Ohms, I thought he meant Tim Olmstead because that's his name on Facebook. So that's why I shouted out Stat.
That's the
Tim,
young
aka Stat. You know,
Yup.
shout out to Ohms anyway,
Yeah,
and
shout
shout out to Stat.
always.
Shout out to Stat now that he's here. I mean,
Yeah.
he
Saying
made
shouts
it.
out Ohms. I know he doesn't give a fuck though. Ohms doesn't care about anything.
Facts.
Ohms loves
That's
everything. I love Ohms actually. Shouts out to Ohms too if he's
Yeah,
watching.
that's my
Oh
boy.
yeah, we just said that. I'm retarded.
That's my man.
Anyway,
Cyclical.
Full
you
circle.
you came to California on some business.
Yeah,
Would you like to tell them folks
Yeah, bro.
what that is?
I'm finna slide on this little tour, the slapfrost tour and shit. So, you know, kind of put myself out there. Get my
For
feet
sure,
wet, get my
for
foot
sure.
wet.
Who's all on that Slapfrost store?
Right. Honestly, every person build I'm not completely familiar with. That's unfortunate. I know Z-Man's on it. My boy Save. Shouts out my boy Kenny. That's the homie. Like I said, Z-Man. There's a few other people on it. I'm really just kind of putting myself out there so I can like meet promoters, do the cycle. You know what I'm saying? Put myself in that headspace and shit, bro. I'm not sure how much this is picking up.
No, yeah, it should be picking up pretty much. Like
Okay.
it looks low, but trust me, on the it's because the shit's like.
Are you
small.
sure, man? Because
I promise you.
it doesn't look like he's talking directly into it. but-
Okay. I hope it's a little bit better.
I
Let's
promise
see
you.
if it fixed. All right.
Promise you.
Bet.
I
literally
got
saw
this
just a
thing.
flat line.
We turned up.
That's not a good sign, man. If all you see is a flat line.
Yeah, it's kind of been my last like 25 years.
Walking Dead, man. This
You'd
guy.
be surprised how fucking thin rock bottom is, bro.
It's a very thin line between rock bottom and everything else, right?
Exactly.
I don't know. The rock's pretty big, so I imagine when he.
But you know what I always say, man.
when he puts a rock bottom down, I don't think that's really.
I mean, rock bottom is a strong foundation to work with, at least, you know.
Mm-hmm. I think
Yeah,
so.
you can't get
It's
a
lot
running
of-
start.
Because you know what they say. What goes up, the harder they fall.
Make like a tree and get the fuck out of here.
It's an A and B conversation.
But how many dates are you gonna rock on with them? Where are you gonna travel to?
Okay, so we start SAC tomorrow, SAC the 17th in Arcata, and then we've got 4 dates in Oregon, 2 or 3 dates in Washington, another 2 or 3 dates in Utah, then drop down Colorado, and like 2 dates in Colorado.
Damn, you're doing the whole leg with them too?
Yeah,
Fuck.
yeah, and then dropping, so there's 23 days, 18 dates in 23 days. Just hella fucking pushing. You know what I'm saying? I got like 4 people I'm trying to line up with, all in that process too. Like homies, I'm just gonna pull up on. You know, I'm never in Washington, so try and link with them. I'm gonna link with Bull. Just moved out. You know, shouts out Bull.
Shout out Bull.
OG,
Always.
MV. You know.
Wait, where'd he move to?
Colorado. He's in
Oh,
Denver.
Bull already moved to Colorado?
Yeah.
Ah,
I
that's what's
remember.
up,
I
man.
remember he said he was.
I
Going
remember
to.
him. Yeah, I remember talking to him about that,
Yeah.
man. Hey, congrats on that move,
Yeah,
Bull.
that's fam.
I don't know
of
if he's
course.
entirely happy about that, but
I mean, he's a lot closer to here.
congratulations on travel on the
I
same
know
travel.
not
He's
happy
way
about
closer
the
to here.
elevation.
He's closer to here than he was when he
Yeah.
was in Texas.
Really?
He's closer to Cali than he was when he was in Texas.
Is Texas that far?
I mean,
Dude,
Texas,
Or
look at
just
the
where
map.
he was in Texas?
No, look at the map, dude.
yeah. Well, no, Texas.
Because
is all
Texas
the
is
way
just
on
a
the
big
other
fucking
side.
state.
Texas is all the way on
So,
the
like,
other
if he
side
was-
of both
oh, yeah, 'cause he
Arizona
was-
and New Mexico.
Because he was on, he was like Dallas Fort Worth area too. So
Yeah.
that's like probably even I think on the right. I don't know. We don't.
I'm gonna be.
I barely know
shouts
California.
Out Texas though. Shouts out Texas.
Yeah, on the other side of New Mexico, not to be
Yeah.
confused with Mexico.
Not to be
Yeah, and
confused with
Arizona,
old Mexico.
Arizona, shouts out Arizona too. Like, you know, place is hot.
Those middle states.
Those
Just
middle states do get
just
fucking
those
hot.
block letter state. Or just those square block states.
Yo, all the ones that somebody got really lazy, bro. There's like somebody fucking. There apparently no cartographer was available. They were just like, you know what?
Just
Right
draw the
angle.
line. Yeah,
Right angle.
Yeah.
Right angle.
Right angle.
They got the
bro.
right. They got the right idea, right? Am I right, guys?
The right idea. Bars. Tantrum still got it. Watch out,
Still
guys.
got it, man. Well, once I shake this rust off, I'm going back to the tryouts,
He
son.
said
Back
still
to the
got it
tryouts.
once I
Steel.
shake this
Rust
rust
off.
off.
Woo! Man, you should be my tag team
By
partner,
the way,
bro.
I forgot to tell you, I'm a battle again, so I'm gonna take that.
Oh, there you go.
man.
Yeah.
He
Get all
is
the
a
plugs.
rapper,
Yeah.
just in case you guys didn't know.
Get all the plugs
Also, if
out.
you didn't know by the face tats, I fucking rap. Shouts out
Hey,
every
here-
person who looks at me.
He earned those face tats, by the way. He
It's an
earned every
inherent-
one of them. Every one of them that came with the inherent flaws that came with him.
all
he
with
earned
every
all of them.
inherent flaws.
There's a lot of. There's a
We
lot of
were
cells.
shooting some shit before the episode, and inherent flaws was definitely the word of the fucking the
Yeah.
words of the phrase of the day.
Yeah,
for
but
It
sure.
was definitely he was the one who pioneered that phrase to us.
inherent flaws.
I think I'm gonna
it
call
builds
it.
character.
I think I'm gonna call the episode "Inherent Flaws." Matter of fact, look right here. Look right here at the top.
Yeah, inherent flaws. I'm weak. How does that work?
Inherent face tats.
Inherent
so
face
weak.
tax.
Yeah,
Yeah, but he's right. You got to earn your face tats.
Yeah, I mean, I didn't like stab anybody or anything. Just
No,
to
but I mean, you
clarify.
have to have a face.
They're not like
You
prison
ha-
tattoos.
but you got to have a face,
It's experience.
and you got to be
You
willing.
gotta have a face. That's true.
and you got to be willing to tattoo that face.
Yeah,
Hey,
you
shouts
gotta.
out people without a face, bro. I just want.
Yeah,
Yeah,
they're
you
out
gotta,
there,
you
man.
gotta earn your face.
It sounds silly, but they're out there.
Yeah.
Shout out to you, poor bastards.
Shout out to you, faceless motherfuckers.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Get-
Anonymous.
I know. Go get you a fucking nose. Goddamn it. What the fuck wrong with
Damn,
you?
dude. I like to go out to places now too. Like I like to go see live shows.
Well,
Like,
that makes one of us.
that's what I'm saying. I
That
couldn't.
That makes yeah, exactly, bro.
I couldn't imagine like just like even like just got no fucking face and trying to do like regular ass shit.
Yeah.
That would kill me.
Hey,
Look-
in the last episode we were talking about face off too. That's all.
When
funny.
somebody stares at your ass, you can't be like, "Hey, I'm up here." You're like,
Oh,
you
yeah,
might as well
right?
have your ass where your face is at
yo,
that point.
If you just put your ass there, they would just stare there all the time. It would be-
Hey, which cheeks are you staring at?
It's like you got no face. I got a big dick too. Eyes down there, lady.
Yo, I'm not all up here.
I'm not all up here.
Yeah.
Obviously.
Is this all I am to you? Is this all I am to you? Huh?
What is what I used to be? All I am to you.
Now you're gonna have motherfuckers tattooing their ass cheeks.
they're
as
out
they
there,
sh-
bro.
as
They're
they
gonna earn
should.
that too.
Yeah, they earn
As
that.
they should.
Here, bro,
It's
I mean,
a free country.
I think
Facts.
that if I could give anybody advice,
I
it would be
think.
to not get the visible spots of your body tattooed first. You know, find
So
out-
basically, not practicing what you preach. Basically.
yeah, exactly. Learn from my fucking mistakes. Exactly.
You think that? Wait. You said
Adopt my inherent flaws is what I'm saying.
wait.
Well, what you're telling him is
But
to
when-
not adopt your inherent
Yeah,
flaws.
I was like,
It's
what
an
are?
oxymoron.
I feel like you're sending me mixed signals here, man. I don't know what I'm about to do
Adopt
with my
the
life
lesson
after this
from my
episode.
inherent flaws. There you go.
Facts. That works. Man, hey man, you're a lot smarter than you look, man.
That's literally my inherent flaw or my inherent value. I'm not sure. It depends on how you play it.
All these motherfuckers think
Yo.
everyone on podcasts is just dummies. No, this motherfucker's legitimately smart. He's wise. He's the wise owl that laughs at your
Don't
crowd.
let the R.I.P. on his cheek.
Yeah,
fool you.
exactly. Don't let the teardrop fool you.
Yo,
I
who?
never
Gorilla
cried.
Who does? Who? I don't think it's you, or is it you? Who does Rubba just stay getting that for their tattoos?
Yep, it's me. Yes, it's me.
Oh, dude,
It's
I'm
me.
sorry, but it's hilarious.
He's got a croissant tattooed on his head.
Wait,
Just
what?
to clarify.
Wait, what?
I thought that was his devil horn.
We gotta talk to him about that.
Mac told him it looks like he has a croissant.
Oh,
Yeah,
Shouts out Mac for
Yo.
the fucking greatest
Yo,
shit
shouts
ever.
out Rubba for the
Yo.
fucking croissant
Shouts out
tattoo.
Rubba.
We're talking to Rubba about his
Rubba's family.
croissant. This fucking.
Yeah.
Hey, yo,
oh yeah, we love Rubba.
It's so funny. It's so funny because
That's
we're gonna
fucking hilarious.
because
though.
Rubba is gonna be on here next.
Exactly,
So that's
yeah,
how funny
Rubba's-
that
I
you
just
mentioned
love
it.
that
All the
because
ooping.
it's such a like a hardcore tattoo, and then like Mac just totally makes it not that way instantly.
Yeah,
Looks like you got
like he's like, yeah,
croissants
man, these are
tattooed
devil
on your
horns. Nah, what you got that fucking croissant for, man? What the fuck? I didn't know you like pastries that much. The
Yeah.
fuck?
What the
And
fuck?
I always think of that video where the kid's like, "Stop! I almost dropped my croissant." Like,
You think like other people in the squad have like different pastries? Like another dude in the squad has like a Danish on his
just
fucking
a McDonald's cherry pie.
Another homie got an apple turnover tattooed on his right pec.
Fuck, bro.
Oh shit, man.
Pastry game.
Pastry.
Yeah.
And we know about that sweet shit over here, son.
Oh shit!
Ain't all about that sweet life.
What you know about that up at 2 a.m. bacon shit?
What you know about that toaster shit?
Yo.
You got a toaster?
We joke though, because Rubba could easily like just choke slam me through
Yeah,
like
I'm not.
both of these.
Rubba
couches at the same
Rubba
time.
is a fucking battle rap Captain America over here,
Yeah,
bro.
I'm not.
Yeah.
I
This
don't think
motherfucker
there's any
walking
mistake.
around
That
with the
fool's
fucking-
Captain America and the Winter Soldier.
Like, yeah, he's
fucking
exactly. He's
Walking around with the
Bucky Captain America. Yeah, I'm yeah, fact.
like you motherfuckers are making fun of me for what I drink. That motherfucker drinks the soldier
Soldier
serum every
serum.
fucking day,
Every morning.
every morning, like
He-
in his cup of Folgers.
Yeah,
He
he-
just
he
drinks
killed Howard Stark.
He drinks 3 raw eggs and then just shoots some soldier serum.
fucking Captain
into his
America
arm.
serum and shit, man.
Exactly.
Not Tess, just to be. It's not testosterone. That's
Not
the
test. No,
soldier.
no, no, no,
Not
no, no.
testosterone.
Contrary to
This
popular
man
belief.
fucking just out there fucking moving.
Lifting houses.
They
lifting
probably
houses
farmed
across
testosterone
fields
from
and
him.
shit.
Honestly.
Yeah.
Rubba is the fucking. He's the fucking patient zero.
Yo, you'll
of
kick it
testosterone.
with
This
rubber
boy-
and just develop a really strong jawline.
Oh shit.
Yo, this fool like just pisses in a cup like every so often, and they just like
People
They just,
swapped
like-
it around like wine.
yeah,
Full body.
God
Yeah.
damn, man.
and then like you immediately just want to go and like fucking curl like 30 sets.
You just do burpees all day.
Yeah, you just want to do burpees all day. That's why, like, I want to see a battle between Rubba and Ohms because it's like at a certain point, like one of them's gonna be doing burpees,
Yeah.
and at a certain
That's facts.
and at a certain
That's
point,
facts.
the
Yo.
other one is gonna want to see if they can do more burpees than the other one. Like I can just see that.
A burpees contest,
Oh my
bro.
God,
In
man.
between rounds,
In
who can
between
do the most when
rounds.
the other one's rapping?
That's ridiculous, man.
It's amazing.
Yo, and,
so
then
funny.
and then they gotta play wall ball against each other, and then it's who can do the best cook up.
Chonga.
Yeah, tell you
Oh my
who
god,
can.
man.
That's fam though. Don't get
Damn,
it twisted.
man.
Rubba's
No, I love
family.
Rubba.
That's the only reason.
I just
really
saying, I only
battle,
talk
honestly.
shit because he's gonna be here on Saturday.
I just
actually,
wish he was here
that's
right
a-
now.
You want to hear
Yeah.
a cool story?
And he's
So,
gonna be making some good ass.
Peanut was probably like one of my favorite battlers of all time, bro. And like, so I took that battle on the bots card, right? Cutter
Right.
actually like kind of scot me in. You know what I'm saying? Got me in. So I battled last battle of the night, and I battled Mac. That was my first battle ever.
Oh shit.
And pardon me, Peanut was like standing behind him, bro, and I was so fucking intimidated. So like, I get smoked. Like I choke. It was Reverse was fucking judging it. Like Flex is in the crowd, and Rubba, everybody's there, right? And I didn't like so. I get fucking smoked. It was bad, dude. I go walking out. Leo was there. Frack was there. And Robo was there actually for the fucking tryout. All of us. We all tried out the same night.
Right.
Hey,
Shouts out Frack. That's fucking family.
Right.
honestly though, just to like make this about me for 2 seconds,
Here we
until
go.
you have a crowd of people not clap for you after Robo beats you, I don't want to hear about your embarrassments.
Yeah, fuck. I'm sorry.
I've been there.
Well, I mean,
No one else has been there.
If
I've
your
been
rapping
there.
wasn't good, were you trapping in the hood?
Exactly.
I was Robo for that line.
I was rock steady and I was not ready.
Damn.
I was not
Damn.
ready.
Damn. That's why you Ryne now.
Mm-hmm.
Yo, that works a lot better. No,
Ryan
so
Watkins.
I get my ass kicked and I go walking out of the venue, and who except fucking Rubba and Madflex, Rubba, both of them were just like, yo, bro, like, you know, that was your first battle. They're like, bro, you got potential. You just need to learn how to be better. Like, you just don't suck so much. And like,
Pretty much like every advice
Yeah.
everyone's ever gotten from like a
well,
fucking.
but they were solid. They were like, no, like your cadence is solid. Like you got some things to work on, but just go back to the drawing board. You know what I'm saying? They were solid with me and like mad supportive. And then like, I think I don't want to say it was Facebook Live because I think it was before the Facebook Live thing, but Flex did like a little vlog thing that he was doing, and they asked him like 3 up and comers or something to look out for, like months later.
Mm-hmm.
And of everybody, he was like, "Yo, you guys," and that's when I was Deny or whatever. That's when I was rapping as Deny. So we both changed names. Cheers to that. First battle rap name is always the worst. Tantrum stuck with it. So
Yeah.
yeah.
This was actually not my first rap name, by the way, but
Oh, yo, all right. Well, let's
so-
hear that real quick. Let's go on that.
no, we don't have to. I mean,
Oh, that's a good one though.
hey, this
episode.
episode's not about me. It's about you, okay?
That'd be a good
It's
one
not-
though.
it's not
I'm kind of
about
curious
me.
now
First
too. I
rap
never
names,
wondered that.
Everybody's got a that's worse than the Govy, bro. That's worse than the government. Like your first rap.
Unless you have a dope government name, like, you know,
Yeah.
then, you know.
Like Ryan Watkins.
Yeah, that's just it.
You know, if you're into that kind of stuff, yeah. Ryan Watkins,
That's
the
what we
White
do.
Goblin.
We got to keep each other humble around here. It's important.
Yeah.
Hey, man, it's Ryan Watkins, the White Goblin. Y'all don't forget it, man. This man's a goon through and through.
Yeah.
But yeah, man, as you were going, as you were
As you were going,
my
Flex was just like, I don't know what compelled him to say my name, but he was like, yo,
the
this
power
kid's-
of Christ.
The power of Christ, exactly. Holy water.
stupid.
Yeah, bro. So he was just like, you know, this kid's got mad potential, like, and then unfortunately, Jobin, shouts out Jobin, dude, he's cool. That's the homie. You know what I'm saying? He was my next battle, and I fucked him up. No, and I was cosplaying as Joe.
Hey,
Dirt for that
when
battle.
you know, you know.
Yeah, it was dirty. I did him dirty. I'd use like, yo, bro. Okay, so you remember when Flex battled Megadeth?
Yeah.
And did that whole round of, yes, I'm gonna rhyme this whole round with Megadeth. Like that shit was what I don't even know what your name suggests. Like Dave Mustaine's the best. Like yo, Flex is the GOAT, bro.
Yo, shout out Flex.
yeah,
man.
shouts out
That's
Flex.
my
Yo,
man.
that's fucking great.
That's
Yo,
my
shouts out
man.
Megadeth too. That's the fucking
Yo,
homie, bro.
that's
shouts
so
both them
fucking
cats.
So-
good, dude.
Fucking yeah, bro. So I was just like, I don't know if that was what inspired me to do it, but I did a whole round of just like rapid fire punches. One, I said like, and you probably guessed it. His mom's was next, and we did it in the kitchen, listening to Bing Crosby records while she knitted me a Cosby sweater. I mean, you know what I said? I said like, keep it bouncing while I ride it like some Fox suspension. Like I had punch.
Wow.
I said I had her fuck something on all fours like a Nazi emblem. Like yeah, it was
Like the
yeah,
one
it
on your hand.
Yeah, fuck you. It's not a yeah. Shouts out Pro Era. I'm gonna have this covered up.
I'm still bugging off the Cosby sweater line. That shit is funny to me. Like that imagery is just fucking funny. Like she's in the kitchen just knitting you this fucking sweater.
Listening
Like,
to Bing Crosby records.
while you're like,
Yep.
do you even rock Cosby sweaters?
Never once. I've
Okay,
never worn
so
one.
she's knitting you this sweater, working hard for a sweater you're never gonna
Gratuitous.
rock.
And that's why it's so fucking fly.
Exactly.
Like, I just got a bitch on standby making me knitted sweaters that I don't even wear.
And that was before we all were confirmed that Cosby was, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
Cosby.
that's
Right, because we're not gonna like just be like, oh,
Yeah.
you know, you co-signed with this type of shit.
Mhm.
You know?
I wasn't even partially suggesting
Rape
that, but I'm glad
apologist.
you went there.
Rape
Fucking-
apologist.
So these guys didn't know that canola oil is made from rapeseed.
Oh, yeah, that's a good segue.
I just wanted to, that's a little tidbit of information.
Thank you.
We
for
can
that.
do that. We can do it several times. I'll just give you guys cool little you know.
Yeah, just call us out for our lack of knowledge on some shit and just calling us stupid. We know we can't all be smart like you, okay, man? Like
We know.
If everybody had
we
face
know.
tats,
we
though,
haven't
we'd be a
earned
better
your
place.
face. We haven't earned your face and all the inherent flaws that came with it.
Yeah, there's a lot
No,
of
this
inherent
this
flaws
is
in my
absolutely titled inherent flaws now. It's been said too much
It's all
tonight.
Stats' fault, man.
It's been
Last
said
time
way
you
too
were
much
over here,
tonight
man.
for this not to
So
be
when's
the
the last
fucking
time I
name.
was-
Last time you were over here, we were at Denny's for fucking 4 hours just talking to all
About
that
inherent
inherent flaws
flaws.
and shit, and
Yeah.
like
It's
did you
real
have me
shit,
dying?
though.
Like you
It's
had us
real
all dying.
shit. Stay humble, folks.
Yeah,
That's
that's the point.
It was
Stay
because-
humble.
it was because-
and not even for fucking, not even like on some diss type shit. Like honestly, for yourself, stay humble.
Oh yeah, I mean
It'll help.
humility
There you go.
is your
It'll help
friend.
you.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
I
It'll
know
help
being
ya.
humiliated is uncomfortable, but you learn a lot in the process.
Mhm.
Yeah. That's why humility. If you keep it there, you're not gonna have to be humiliated. Somebody else doesn't have to give it to you.
Facts.
It's like a
Yeah, you
can
could be the
live
one-
in that
you-
space and
you-
be humble all the time.
You could be the one giving it to somebody else.
Yeah, exactly. I love making fun of people. That's literally my favorite thing in the world.
Just lay off of us sometime here and there, okay? I mean,
Sometime.
just go easy, okay? You're on our show,
Easy.
and I know this is your show too, because you're MurderVerse, but you know,
it is MurderVerse.
This is
It
everybody's
MurderVerse
show.
Radio. That's beautiful. It's for the people, by the people.
but Tim is like anybody could get it, even
But
my boys.
It's not for the people.
it's not.
No, it's not for any of
us.
y'all.
Yeah.
It's by the people
Only for us.
for us.
But we are the people, so it is for the people.
It's only for the people that made it for the
If,
people.
if you say it's for us, man,
People.
yeah. If Jimmy had 3 oranges,
Why does Sue have 7?
I have no idea where that was going. Like, can you explain that
it
to
was
me?
a word problem.
Oh,
Feel me?
See,
I
the
remember.
key word was problem. That's the problem.
you should have just said. You should have just led with that. I know all about word problems
Okay. How do you know all about word problems?
because I grew up solving them. Those were the worst type of problems.
The
You know,
worst type of
I always just wish they would just give me like in math class. You know what I'm saying? And I'm about to get super stereotypical on you right now.
I figured
but-
that's where this was going.
I
That's why
alwa-
got really quiet. You already called me out on
Boo.
the half swastika. So
I figure I even it out a little bit. You know what I'm saying? Especially calling you the White Goblin. You know, I don't feel proud about that or anything. I'm just evening it out. All right.
we live
But
in that space.
I always just wish that you would just give me the
I just got that. He's like, I'm feel proud about that.
Yeah,
I'm just even it out.
I don't. I'm just give me the fucking two times 2.
Two
Give me the
times
multiplication anything. 36
Yo,
times
Frank
36.
would be
I'll
mad
fucking
proud that you're
exactly. He would.
focusing on your
But when you
times.
start doing this bullshit like, oh, train A is traveling at 30 miles per hour, while train B is traveling at 50 miles per hour, going north, while the other train is going south. What time will they meet? And it's like, fuck, man.
7:45.
It's hard to calculate that because the Earth is flat.
Yeah, exactly.
Yikers.
But you know who would be able to confirm that? Is Shaq.
Shaq. Exactly.
You know why?
Yeah,
because
you
why?
Him.
Oh, yeah.
You should be able to see the curvature flat-footed from sea level, bro. That motherfucker. Oh, bro.
Inside joke, man. Motherfuckers will never get that.
Yeah.
We just look stupid saying that right now.
No, that is amazing. If you don't get that, just
Yeah. Stay home.
if you don't get that, you ain't of the ilk
Yeah.
already.
Not
Okay.
cut from the same cloth.
So, going back to your story, before you were so rudely interrupted by us.
Bad train of thought. Train A left.
I'm sorry we were being
No, it's
entertaining.
good. I think we were talking about like Flex and what he said and all
Right,
that.
yeah,
the whole
yeah.
process.
You
yeah, because you were
being-
like getting into
Yeah,
like a
so
first battle.
Rubba, it was actually Rubba and Q. Shout out QVD, shout out PNR. That's the fucking family, bro. They,
Shout
you know
Q.
what I'm saying?
Shout out.
They put me on, so it was Flex that kind of lit the fire under my ass by being like, yo, this kid's good. I fuck with those guys a long way. That's family, bro.
I love that phrase. I've
Long way?
always loved that phrase.
What
That's
phrase?
why
That's
like
how
all
Kiwi
night,
long way, too.
all night you've been saying
phrase?
it, and it's just like anything
with
like
them
I
the
fuck
long
with
way.
them the long way. Like I don't know why I love that shit. I always have the. That's
Yeah.
just I love it. Anyway, sorry.
No, I mean,
Yeah, I mean, you never used it until he came over, but okay.
I've never heard you say it.
I never said I use it. I just said I love it.
I enjoy it.
Okay.
It's something I admire.
Mm.
Admiration.
You
What
ain't
did
hit me
Theo
with the
say?
temper.
You don't see me eating cottage cheese a lot, but I love this shit.
I'm
I'm sorry.
Well, that doesn't make any sense because if you love it, you should be eating it a lot.
No, because dairy and whatnot. But anyway.
Okay.
Yo, this ventured into a.
Fair enough.
So the whole issue with dairy is that.
Oh, you're gonna get on this Joe Rogan shit right
Yeah,
now, man.
exactly,
Yeah.
exactly. Somebody, goddamn it, call. I forgot a name. Rhonda Patrick.
Oh
Somebody
yeah, call Rhonda Patrick. Can we
She
eat cottage
knows.
cheese?
Neuroforce One. Somebody
Is
get
that
a hold
keto?
of him. Is that keto? Yeah, it's like, get a hold of Brendan
Is it
Schaub.
keto?
Yo,
Brendan Schaub should just make an app on
Yo,
like
he would beat
yes
the
or
shit
no.
out of me. He beats up fat guys.
I'm not gonna lie, man. He's
Yeah.
like a great personality to watch.
Brendan Schaub?
Yeah.
Yeah, he's actually enjoyable. I love the banter between him and Theo. They're great.
Yeah, no,
I love
Theo-
the shit that he
Theo's
does, the banter
hilarious,
between
too.
him and Brian Collin.
Yeah.
shit that they
Khaled
have.
is a fucking clown, but you know he's entertaining.
He's funny as fuck, man.
Yeah, I fuck with. Yeah, I mean,
No, I don't. I think like, he doesn't take himself too seriously, man. Like, I think
facts.
you know.
Yeah, no, he definitely doesn't take himself too seriously. That's not. I don't think that's his
Pretty
issue.
much. Thank you for repeating what I said. But, yeah.
Yo, you know what the fuck?
I know, man. You're gonna try to start a fucking podcast civil war like we ain't even asked for. And
Not,
shit.
yeah, not.
I like how we're just like a podcast talking about podcasts.
Yeah, I was
Yeah.
gonna
Fire.
say
We're on
we want to make a
Podception.
podcast.
Podception.
do a pod-
Yeah.
yeah, Podception.
Podception.
Somebody spin the totem.
It's not
Magic
stopping. It's not
launch.
stopping.
Yeah, no, I was gonna say the episode with the lead singer from the Cro-Mags. That was like the old punk band. I don't know why I can't think of the fucking name of the dude, but he grew up with Brian Callen, and he was like, "Yo, Brian Callen can fight, bro. He's over there just throwing punches and shit." And I'm like, "Yo," he said,
He's
I work
over there.
Yeah, exactly. He goes, I'm working, and I get a call from the promoter the next day. He goes, "You should have seen these guys. They were in here. They were karate experts." Like, that's a terrible fucking rendition of that accent.
It's definitely better than mine. I can't do it.
Shouts out people from New York. Shouts out Flo. Flo's from New York. That's
Is he
my
really?
family. Yeah, he's from Flatbush. That's family.
For the
Is it
record,
really?
Flo Colombo.
Flo.
Oh, I was thinking FLO.
Oh no, I don't know.
I don't even know why I was even associating Flo, because even though it's FLO, he doesn't
Man,
go by
shouts
Flo.
out,
He
shouts,
goes by
shouts
FLO.
out that whole crew. Man, they were cool. I ain't gonna lie. You know, if it wasn't for bots, like I probably would have never got on in that sense. So, you know, it's a cool segue. I can't lie. You know, it's as an opportunity for people. You know, you gotta take it for what it is. I was probably a little jaded by a few things in the process of dealing with a lot of shit I didn't expect
Got you.
that they didn't have nothing to do with. And I think in a growing process, being able to realize that, you know, it's really dependent on the person and the artist to take advantage of these opportunities and put their best foot forward, bro.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So
Exactly.
it's like
I
it's
mean-
a platform, and there's a lot of cool people involved with it.
Yeah,
And they've done a great job of providing a lot of good people with a platform. So
Yeah.
I
Gotcha.
can't hate.
And there's always like every one of us, like especially in the newer era, has made like some little like
Weird
kinda,
mistake.
like weird mistake
Yeah.
to where it's like we just didn't understand how the shit fucking
Navigating
ran
this
right.
shit is there's no manual. Nobody gives you like a self promotion. Bro, like you don't have a team out here. There's not people telling you what the best thing to do is or the best thing to like
Yeah.
say or involve yourself with it. It's like, you know, I didn't.
Yeah, no.
I had to learn how to how and what to avoid. On my own, you know what I'm saying? And it's been by the grace of people like Flex and Rubba and like OGs, you know, Tantrum, fucking just good friends, you know, people putting us on. QVD, bro, he's been a fucking integral part of me being able to understand shit and just like, you know, these people, like you were saying, bro, being paid in battle rap is a privilege, bro. If you have people who support
Facts.
you and see your vision and want to be able to compensate you for your time when they know you work hard, that's a fucking blessing, bro. So don't take that shit for granted, because there's not a lot of people out here who are doing you a favor and putting you on. Like, they're spending money on you to provide this product for you. Sometimes it's not the best of what you think you should be represented, but that's your opportunity to get on camera and put your best foot forward. If you don't do your best, like, you can't be mad at them. You know what I'm saying? It is what it is.
Yeah.
And honestly, a lot of the times the people that take for granted being paid the most are the ones that are being paid the most.
Exactly.
And it's like, I'm not gonna get into it because it's gonna piss me off. But yeah, keep going on.
I think that there's a definite stigma with like the mentality of like I don't want to say that. I think stigma is the wrong word. I think that there's a definite diminishment of return when you have somebody that you pay so much for, when they like a good scenario. I fuck with Goods a long way, bro. One of my favorites. But people who try to emulate that whole like shit that he did versus Roan, that I don't give a fuck so much that like, you know what I'm saying, like that is trying is tight. Trying is cool.
Trying's tight.
Yeah.
Yeah, don't let anybody ever tell you to not try.
is
Like,
super
not
fire.
trying is good. Like,
If
you're a
trying
fucking
is cool,
cornball.
you want to be Miles Davis. You feel me?
You're a fucking cornball if you don't try. If you don't try on purpose and you don't have, like, it takes a certain type of battler to be able to do that, to be able to not try and be,
Be
successful.
Cool. Yeah, to be
like
here's the
someone
thing,
like
it's
Goods or
effortless.
SM.
Yeah, doing that shit with no effort.
And see, we were talking about this earlier too. This is the thing about fucking SM. This is a fucking perfect time to bring this up.
His
SM is
execution.
amazing. For one, SM be making fucking bangers on the side.
Yeah,
right?
here's the thing. If you're a complete artist, you have the opportunity to not have to invest your whole thing. If this is the only outlet you have to represent it to the full.
Battle rap is way more so a self-promotion thing than it is anything else. So I don't fucking blame SM for once in a while if he just don't happen to have a fucking half of a round and he freestyles that shit. Because the motherfucker will be putting out fucking just classic after classic as far as music-wise. So fuck the fucking battle shit as far as that point. But not only that, though, too, he's not... I was saying this earlier. He's never like, oh, let me like dip into my gimmick bag. Let me get like hella drunk so like I can't do this or that. Or like I make sure I can do... He's him, bro. He's him. That's him. Like, y'all can't fucking do SM like that because, like, you're not SM. Like, and some of y'all will try to be like, oh, yeah, no, I can drunk and just, like, freestyle that shit because, like, I'm just so good I cannot put effort into this. It's like, no, you're not. No, you're fucking not.
No,
and if you're
like
not making music on the side, you're definitely not. I don't want to see you not fucking trying. That's retarded.
that's your only
And people
outlet, like...
hop fucking planes to not try. That's wild.
Yeah, you're clearly trying. You've put in a lot of physical effort to not put in any mental and emotional effort.
Yeah.
It's you're just wasting your own time as well as everybody else's.
Yo,
Even especially your fucking fans, you idiot.
Yeah,
Like,
that's
you-
the whole thing.
like, you're
and
shitting
that's the
on your
thing is
fan
I don't
base.
think a lot of those people are. Here's the underlying fact, dude. This is a very fickle fucking culture, and I don't think a lot of people feel like they have fans. I don't. I really don't. Especially in this day and age. I think it was different in your, like, in particular in your era where it was like way more prolific, bro. There's so many battle rappers now, and it's so everybody's grasping at straws to get any notoriety.
And it's definitely like weird because it's at a place now where people like want to fuck with you like on a friend scale rather than like understand like no like
Everybody wants to be
I
behind the
spent
scenes. Everybody
weeks
wants to be behind the
crafting
scenes.
out these fucking rounds for you to like show up and perform this shit fucking clean for you as a fan. But it's like that's not enough. Like you want to fucking be all up on my socials and like you want to know like every little.
That's the
fucking
nature.
thing.
That's the nature of social media, and
Yeah.
battle rap has created that by having these fucking battle rap groups, bro. No other art form, no other little like niche cultures like fucking ran by Facebook and the end groups, bro.
And
like,
it's
that
so
shit's
weird
not-
to me because it's like people. I feel like people feel a certain fucking way to me if like I don't share their shit or if I don't fuck with them just because they fuck with me or some things like that. It's like at a certain point, dude, like I don't want to just be sharing your shit just because we're out here fucking trying to fucking pat each other on the back.
Well, it becomes an
Like,
echo chamber.
Yeah.
It becomes an echo chamber when we're all connected to the same mutual friend. You have fucking 300 mutual friends with somebody. Me sharing your shit doesn't help, bro. You know what I'm saying? Like, when there's only so many
And then
friends.
even then, it's like, I don't really like...
Because the people that are on my
like,
shit are not necessarily... Here's the other thing about battle rap. The people who are fucking fans of battle rap that are outside of battle culture are not fans of battle rap. They're fans of a battler. They're friends with a battler. Mm-hmm. And it produces this weird inequality of, like, outcome where fans want to be those close people, and those people who are, like, your close people don't really give a fuck.
Right.
And it's a really weird fucking...
Dude, you just hit the fucking nail. Like, you phrased that fucking so perfectly, because that's exactly what it is. Like, especially just... Like, I was even going to say, most of my, like, biggest support has come from people that's not directly in the culture. I mean, outside of, like, you, Frank, and, like folks
the fold.
like that.
There's people that are
They're
part
like
of the
people
fucking
in the
inner sanctum,
in the
bro.
sanctum that like fuck with me, but like my biggest people that are like really really fuck with me, the long way.
Yep.
Yeah. Fucking, or like people that like I grew up with, or like people I went to school with,
love
people
to
I
see
used
you
to
winning,
work
bro.
with.
Love to see you
Exactly.
happy, bro. That's
Exactly.
really what
That's
it's about.
all it is. It's
Well,
not
that's
even
really
so
what
much
all
about
it
the
is,
rapping
bro.
part.
Here's the thing:
Which
it's
is
like
weird,
these
but
people have
whatever.
access. There's people who are my friends. Shouts out Matt Beardy. Shouts out Dom Fisher. Those are people that are really
Hey,
my
shouts
friends.
out fucking Dom Fisher every
those are
fucking
people
time.
really
That
fucking
man just
friends.
got fucking freed from Facebook jail.
I know.
Fuck
I hit
Facebook.
him up. I was wondering what the situation was, bro. But those are people that are really my friends, bro. Outside of this shit, outside of any of it, those are people that I fucking care about, and you know. But they've been genuine. They weren't wishy washy, and it's not like that's what earned my support. It's like they were fans long enough or some shit. But nah, they fucking when shit. Here's the other thing: it's like we don't. A lot of times, the shit that gets shared on social media, there is no separation between self promotion and then like just like life. You know what I'm saying? You have, and that's why I think that a lot of that gets twisted with people. And instead of treating you like a human being, they treat you like a commodity, like a fucking, you know what I'm saying, like a bargaining chip. Like, oh, I know this person. And it's just a weird name droppy situation.
No, yeah, I know exactly what you mean.
Those people like really reach out to you and care about you, and you like, you know what I'm saying, have like had like meaningful conversations with that like change your perception of things and kind of, you know, shift your paradigm. And I think that's important. Is like, you know, you're going to click with people. You know what I'm saying? But to just want to have a fucking Yu-Gi-Oh deck full of fucking battle rappers that's your friends, bro, it's so weird, bro.
This fucking guy, man, like, you've just, like, you phrase shit so fucking perfectly. Like, what would take me, like, fucking a whole half hour to fucking break down? He can say in, like, 2 sentences. I love it.
I mean, he pretty much said it in a whole Yu-Gi-Oh deck of battle rappers.
That's such a great fucking metaphor for what that mentality of, like, a certain battle fan is. Like, people just want to be involved. And it's just like, at a certain point, it's like, I want you to be involved, but I'm also like, I don't know. Like, there's
how
a
involved
limit.
do I want you, bro? If you want, here's the thing: it's like absolute power corrupts absolutely. If you're the one seeking that power, I don't think you're the one who deserves it. It's the people who kind of like fill that role appropriately and understand how to like mitigate those fucking urges. You know what I'm saying? You don't want people in your circle that are gonna like treat you like a commodity, bro. That are a bargaining chip. It's like, God, I don't trust you.
So you getting all like Tony Stark on us right now, right? When Iron Man was like saying to Spider-Man, he's like, if you're nothing without the suit, you don't deserve it.
You don't deserve it.
Exactly, bro. Exactly.
That's why I love that fucking meme that I shared, where it was like Sony as Spider-Man, and it was just like,
you're nothing without
this franchise, and you don't deserve it.
Yoshi shit, bro. Yes, exactly. You don't deserve it. Yeah. You know what? Shouts out Sony for fucking Into the Spider-Verse for fucking their Hail Mary in the fourth. That was the most Madden situation.
It was Sony, yeah.
Yeah.
They were following up after the Emoji Movie, man. They had a lot to make up for.
Yo, you know what's funny?
Wow,
I saw the animation of it, of fucking Into the Spider-Verse, and I said, that reminds me of the Emoji Movie.
Yo,
I swear to God.
Okay, so
it's
like,
weird how
I
you can
didn't
see the
know.
same fucking consistency. However, I haven't seen it yet, but...
Oh, dude,
You haven't seen the movie? You haven't seen Spider-Verse yet?
I haven't.
We
Yeah.
did
Why are we even talking about this, man?
When did we review it?
We reviewed it. I think it was the last one.
Last one?
Yeah.
It's the one without Mac.
Without Mac, it's just the three of us.
Yeah.
Okay, I gotta make
Three
sure.
of us,
Yeah,
meaning
here's
you, me,
another-
and Frank.
No, the three of us mean exactly them and Frank. But
Well,
you never
although
see me and Frank in the same spot ever.
You know what?
Exactly.
That
In the
is
same
true.
room.
That is
Ever
true.
in the
Never.
same room.
That is true. You very well could be Frank right now.
I'm not convinced you're
Frank
not.
and- Frank
I'm
and-
not fucking
I'm
convinced you're
just
not.
saying,
You
bro.
very well
I'm
could
just
be
saying.
Frank and Whiteface.
Exactly.
Like
bro.
Frank and Whiteface just all of a sudden has tattoos on his face.
Yeah, exactly. He has to. Even Frank can't go full white face. He understands our culture, bro.
It's so accurate. It's so accurate.
So by the time Frank comes back tomorrow, he'll be back with full beard and glasses.
Or today.
No face tats either.
Exactly.
So
I'm so weak.
Wow,
Fuck, bro.
that's fucking great.
he reverse gentrified your white
Yeah,
face.
reverse gentrified. Yeah, he took me back to the roots. Feel me? You heard me?
You heard?
You heard me?
You
Come on
heard?
back now. You hear?
Speaking of Marvel,
Yeah. Let's jump
you
in.
had some
Oh,
shit
yeah,
you wanted
Yeah,
to
so
say.
what's the deal?
Jump
Okay,
into
so
this next
what do we? Let's
phase?
go around. Let's go around and like discuss this. Yeah, what do you expect from the next phase? What do you want to see from the next phase? What do you think that they could offer with going into a cosmic realm, and what do you think you're excited to see with the Fox acquisition?
Well, yeah, that's the thing I was going to say.
That's a big thing. That's a big thing.
For one, I'm expecting them to start, recasting for, the X-Men shit, X-Men universe.
I think it's going to be hard. Just to throw that in there, I'm going to let you go. But I think it's going to be hard recasting X-Men.
I'm not going to. Of course, nothing in life that's worthwhile is easy.
Exactly. I'll be your Huckleberry.
Hey, Roof.
Hey, Roof. But like, yeah. So yeah. Shout out to Fox's voice, but Fox's white voice, by the way. So yeah, you hear your voice.
I can finally put the voice to the face.
Well, if you clear up the, put the
every time,
makeup over the tattoos.
Every time, like, if we do enough of these podcast episodes, we'll just have enough audio to we'll have like Frank
Punch
doing
in.
his white voice to where we can just put it on a stat fucking video and it'll work.
I'm weak.
So one of the things I'm expecting is them to obviously put the X-Men universe into the MCU as well as probably Fantastic Four also.
What do you think would be a good segue for them? I mean, what do you think the introduction is?
I don't know, man. Like
Ultron was a good segue, I think, for the whole Maximoff twins.
Yeah, but like, I don't know. It could be anything.
What are they going to be like? Oh, well, then there's a whole fucking subsector.
I just don't know how much further they can push this.
They have to have an event. There has to be an event that causes mutants.
Okay, or
there's no logical way to introduce.
Since there's
go a mutant.
That's a great point.
Avenue. There's no way to really delve into what a mutant is. Like, think about this. How far have they delved into the actual definition of powers in the MCU?
Yeah,
they don't.
See,
they don't.
That
it's very
is the
surface
problem
level
too.
It's kind of like you don't really have an understanding that greatly. Like, it's world building that gives you
and
any
because
inclination
especially
in that
because they're all like on this, like, even the public knows of metahumans. So then where do you distinguish metahuman from fucking mutant? Like, I mean, obviously metahuman's more of a popular DC term for their superheroes, but like, yeah, especially in the MCU, it's like, okay,
colloquially, metahuman.
No, these people
Metahuman.
just have powers. These people have
mutations.
Yes, and that's such an integral part of the X-Men storyline.
Yeah,
I mean, that's what the X-Men are. It's their identity.
See, and the problem
the inherent value of the X-Men is exploring identity. And I think it's a hard way to do meaningful in that.
And it's very political, too, because it's like,
exactly.
How do you really have the X-Men and just, like, not have them in the 60s? Because, like, obviously if it's going to be in the MCU sort of universe, how are you just going to kickstart the whole mutant thing? Like, it should have been more of a thing that's more tied into civil rights, because X-Men is so much fucking tied into civil rights, narrative. Especially with, Cyclops and...
I'm expecting a lot
Magneto
of the Fantastic
being
Four.
MLK and Malcolm X.
Exactly. Yeah. Well, I mean, like, obviously we know the whole fucking Jack Kirby, Stan Lee reason for their creation of that shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's the angle that they were trying to go with. But also, I think that there's a lot of I think they've just established that they're not diving too deeply into how people got powers, and I think a lot of that was established in like the Ant-Man 2, where they were like, she's in the microverse or quantum realm, because it's the MCU, but. And she has powers now, but there's no definition of it. It's just like very mysterious. They're not really diving into it. Yeah, they talked about the serum, but there's a lot.
Like they used to give a motherfucker a whole movie to like break down like what they can really do and what like they're about, and now it's just like line of dialogue.
But I expect a lot more because of the cosmic shit. Fantastic Four stuff. I do. I will. I
do expect a lot more cosmic shit.
Because of the cosmic shit, you're right. Like the Fantastic Four is definitely appropriate to bring in.
Well, here's the other
Galactus,
thing.
Especially Galactus after the Thanos shit.
Exactly. They're gonna need another big, but I don't know if they're gonna want to go so all-encompassing. Well, I think they're gonna go cosmic, but I don't know if I think that. What they're going to do is kind of pull the old subvert expectation thing and, like, go cosmic for a couple years and then be like, oh, by the way, there's some dope street-level shit going on. Plus, there's the Disney Plus series is going on that they're talking about. Plus, they're talking about doing Black Widow. So they could be distinctly separating their brands. They could be, here's Galactus, here's what's going on in the cosmic realm, and then here's some, like, base-level fucking street-level stories.
But, like, I don't think the Disney Plus is going to commit to straight street level shit, man, because they got the Loki series.
All of that. No, I'm not saying completely Disney Plus is going to be street level, but I mean like them talking about doing like Black Widow. I shouldn't. That's not really street level, but like not on like a fucking world devastating scale.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
like they
yeah.
talked about doing the Maximoff's Scarlet Witch series, as well as something else on Disney Plus. I don't know what else they
The Loki
spoke.
series.
The Loki series, exactly. So they're possibly talking about doing like magic kind of. Maybe with this Disney Plus, we might see some like deeper delving into like powers and shit. But I wonder what they're gonna do with the Maximoff background, with Scarlet Witch's background and shit, if they're not gonna be mutants. You know what I'm saying? Like I wonder,
true.
and that will determine whether or not they're really planning on breaking ground with mutants.
Gotcha.
Kind of. I mean, I'm not fucking.
Yeah, it's
any
kind of a
those
weird
things.
space because, like, when they established the Maximoff twins, they didn't have rights to mutants. So
Exactly.
they never.
Yeah, so they were like
fully
experiments or some shit.
Yeah. So, but now they have the rights to mutants. So, do you just like not establish them as mutants anymore?
I mean,
Where do you go with that?
even if that was the case, it's just the Maximoffs. They could still establish the rest of the X-Men people as
Yeah.
No, yeah,
absolutely.
exactly. It's
Somehow.
just, it's
I just don't know
kinda-
how.
It's a weird area.
because Marvel already has Inhumans, right?
Yeah.
And, like,
Yes.
so
Which is tied into the Kree, which is going to be another big thing with fucking Captain Marvel.
Yeah.
So which I fuck with heavy. Like Black Bolt's one of my favorite characters of all time. I fuck
See,
with that.
I
shit so dope.
kind of like I never seen the Inhuman show. I just know it
was
failed.
terrible, and I didn't
Okay.
watch any
See,
of it.
and I'm
That's another-
How do you
disappointed.
know it's terrible?
I'm disappointed by that too because
Because I
was,
trust the
I was
people that
always,
watched it.
I was always intrigued by the Inhumans as far as like Black Bolt and shit like
Great
that.
storylines.
But also
Great
like
storylines.
I really fuck with what's his name, Ansel Mount or something like that. The guy that played
Anson
Black-
Mount.
Yes.
That guy, like he was in Hell on Wheels, which was on AMC, but it's also on Netflix. Great fucking show. Great fucking actor though. Like so, I was actually wanting that show to like really
Work,
fucking
yeah.
work.
CBS. Don't ever give a fucking program to CBS and
Yeah,
expect
pretty
it to
much.
do well. What the fuck has ever been? That's fucking.
Yeah,
that's the Mormon
their
Lifetime
biggest
network.
their
bro.
biggest claim to fame is 2.5 Men, pretty much. And then,
Actually,
like, all the bullshit they did in like the 40s and 50s.
I'm not going to dispute they probably do have a lot of bullshit, but I do want to point out that one of the best TV network shows I've watched for, called Person of Interest, was on CBS. And like, if anything, like if there was any flaw with handling that show, is that they cut it at I think 6 seasons, when like that show probably could have gone on for one more season before it wrapped up. But
I can't be mad at somebody cutting something short when they think that they've got the formula mixed up.
It's
though.
not
I'd rather them do
it's
that
not
than,
even
like,
that.
not
Like the
fucking-
show was doing well, and like the show was dope. I mean, like if you were to go on IMDb and search Person of Interest episode by episode, you'd see the majority of their fucking episodes were ranked, like scored at least 8s and 9s and up.
I mean,
They were consistently
here's
fire.
the thing: is when you
Like,
split brands and you try and be like, okay, here's a cohesive world where everything's happening. There's shit happening in the Netflix universe. There's shit happening in the CBS universe. There's no cohesion. There's no.
See, this is actually a weird tangent, but it kind of makes sense. I actually think that's the exact fucking WWE's problem right now, is because they separated their brands so long ago that now it doesn't make so much fucking sense. So it's like now they're like their smaller next brand is way more exciting because it's the new shit.
Yeah.
And then you have like this weird shit of where it's like sometimes it's Monday Night Raw and then other nights it's Tuesday Night SmackDown. It's like, who really gives a fuck? Sorry, that's like a weird tangent, but it's
No,
like
I was
it's on the
wondering
same
because-
point though, as far as it's like if you dilute yourself too much and separate your shit too much, it's like how
do they work
if you're
in unison?
willing if you're willingly bringing all these different chefs into the kitchen, then how many of the same fucking dishes are you really getting?
Yeah. How does the narrative work together?
Yeah.
Exactly. I mean, I think that's a big portion of why people like Jericho and shit are signing with these like indie labels and making good money doing it. bro.
Yeah. Well, I mean, Jericho is just one of those big ass names that he just knows he can fucking make money
Yeah.
everywhere. So he's definitely just fucking he's
Yeah,
just
in a
fucking
league of his
rogue.
own in that regard, but
I actually seen a fucking funny ass meme where it was the Infinity Gauntlet, but it was Chris Jericho, and then he had like it was like WCW, WWE,
I'm weak.
ECW, like it was all the
All of
different
them,
because
yeah.
he's worked in every fucking
that's crazy.
promotion.
Yeah.
Anyway,
Who's that? Even
hella
New
hella
Japan.
side topic
all good.
because I know fucking Tantrum has like no
Context
verse on-
to the wrestling shit.
I've been getting hella deep on my wrestling shit lately though, mostly because I think I've just been
Shouts out Dom Fisher.
I think
Him and
there's
his
just,
cousin have a new
I
wrestling
think there's
podcast,
just,
by the way.
Yeah, no, check them out. Definitely check them out.
I
think
don't know why I can't think of the name, but check out Dom Fisher and
Kyle Kraft.
Yeah, Kyle. I was gonna say
Something like that. Definitely check out Dom Fisher though, and you can find
Yeah.
it. But I think I've been getting like way more back into the wrestling shit too, because it's like all the real shit in the world is supposed to be like all the real shit is bullshitting me right now, and all the
Yeah, I
bullshit
need
shit
bullshit
is
to
giving
just be
me more
honest.
real shit. Like all my bullshit is giving me more of a real feeling than like all the real shit is giving me. Like it's fucking weird.
I can see through the bullshit of bullshit. I can't.
Yeah,
I
because
can't
like at
get
least
used
with
to
the bullshit,
of real
they're
world.
telling me they're bullshitting.
Yeah.
But you know what? And I'm gonna bring this back kind of full circle here.
There we go.
I kind of
I
feel
like
that
that.
way about battle rap right now.
Okay.
Okay.
Because
about it.
because a lot of the the smaller, more bullshit type of matches that like kind of more like fun like motherfucking battles actually having fun and shit like, and you actually see battlers actually enjoying themselves in the ring. I kind of get more enjoyment from watching those matches, provided they're good.
Yes.
Provided they're good battlers, I get more enjoyment from that than the big heavyweight, the big names that are fucking
Let's talk
promoted
about
all the
battle
way
rap.
to the fucking like. And this is not trying to throw shade at anybody, but it's just like.
No, let's talk about battle rap. I fuck with that. I agree.
But it's just
agree.
that
There's a renaissance. There's a renaissance of like appreciating grassroots and new. I think it's happening in
Just
hip hop.
in all-
Everything
all
popping new.
fucking
Everybody
things,
wanting
yeah.
to fuck with new shit constantly. I think that's happening in hip hop. I think what you said about the next shit. I think what you're saying about the battle shit. It's all kind of coming into like, yo, we're all happy to see young kids experiencing this shit for the first time, and that's exciting when they're on their shit. You know what I'm saying? But don't get bitter. Like these kids who like jump in and it's not popping. Like, yo, do your due diligence. Like, not
Yeah.
everything happens overnight. Like sometimes you
Like,
you don't have
everything
that same
fucking
recipe,
has
but
a
it's not a
process.
race.
But
it's
also
not a race.
also you gotta be self-aware. That's
That's number one.
biggest
And,
thing. The biggest
and
thing.
you gotta know your inherent
flaws.
flaws.
Exactly.
Yeah.
That's it. Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly.
You gotta be aware of your
Yeah.
inherent flaws.
That's part of being self-aware is you're fucking understanding your inherent
and,
flaws.
and really what it comes down to is being self-aware of like what what you have to work on. Like you have to know, like you have to go the extra steps to take the extra time to
Due diligence.
distinguish yourself.
Yes.
Like don't just fucking go in there and just go, oh yeah, I'm gonna say these type of punches because this is what's popular right now. Because that's what a bunch of you are doing right now, and you think that's supposed to be fucking as effective as it is for this other guy who did it fucking 10 years ago, and that's why he's all big now, because like this a person that got big, who developed their name because they were a good puncher. He did it because he developed that style, and like he was one of
It
the
fit
ones
his
who
character.
pioneered it. It fit his character, and he's fucking good at it. He's proven to be one of the best at it. If you're gonna
Assess your tools.
if you're gonna use a popular style that everybody uses, and you expect to be successful at it, then you have to be one of the best at it. Because if everybody's doing what you're doing, if you're using a style that everybody's already fucking using, and then you have to work that much harder at distinguishing yourself from everybody else. Because if I'm just gonna be if both of us use fucking defeat bars, right? And like it's gonna come down to like who uses the better defeat bar.
Yeah.
You feel me? Like that I mean,
It's
not
weird,
even
though.
just us two. Like if everybody used defeat bars,
Yeah.
you had to distinguish yourself by like how is your defeat bar different from their defeat bar. And I know it's a horrible analogy because anybody who uses defeat bar today in this
trash.
era is
Already
like
trash.
it's auto L, right?
I don't know, bro.
But
You
I'm,
know what?
but I'm
The
just
greats use some of the people who. Here's the thing: is like there are exceptions to the rules. It can be cheeky. You can use a defeat bar and it'd be fucking.
Honestly,
perfect.
I mean,
Because
yeah,
you
if
have
you-
to
if you-
lean
if you use
on your
it-
character.
if you use
You
it
are then
ironically,
accessing
yeah.
a whole
Exactly.
different skill.
You know,
it's not part of
that,
the same.
and that
Exactly,
exactly because
yeah.
I was about to bring up like Eric Farrell had the last like great defeat bar, and that's because he leaned on his character because
Yes.
he did it in a don't flop battle versus a fucking British kid.
Perfect
and he
cheeky opportunity,
said,
bro.
fucking like something about like being American. We play football with our hands because we don't know defeat.
See,
Fire.
and that's exactly what I'm.
Fire.
That's exactly what I'm talking about. Like, he found a way to reinvent the wheel somehow, and like he did it in a way that differentiated himself from everybody
But
else.
also very much fit into his character.
It fit into his character, and he had the right timing with it, the right execution. That's what it takes,
It takes
guys.
everything. It takes
that's
everything.
what it fucking takes.
You don't
ha-
make a pie
that's
with
what it
dough
You don't.
takes,
alone,
You,
yeah.
bro.
you don't just fucking do what everybody else is fucking doing and expect fucking you to fucking raise on the pedestal that you put yourself on. Like, you have to distinguish your fucking self. And if you're not, at the very least, you have to at least fucking carve your own niche and like develop your own individual style. What makes you different from everybody else, not only as an artist or a battler, but as a fucking person, and inject that into your craft. But that's what it comes down to, is put your personality into your craft, and people will
You'll be
able
more
to
passionate. You'll be more passionate.
It'll
too.
be
It
able
won't feel like work. It
and-
won't feel like you're stressing to try and play a character. When it's natural and you really feel like you can be yourself, you're accessing a lot more honesty and genuine fucking expression.
and so
you just have an opportunity.
Not only are you setting yourself apart from everybody else, you could excel at something that nobody else could excel at.
exactly,
which is
yeah,
you
be the
being
best
you.
Shout
Being
out
you
to living
being
your
the best
life.
you.
It's weird how this has been like a topic. Like, we were even talking about this same topic before we did the podcast, but it's just like a matter of like, once you hit this plane of being humble enough to really like accept your flaws, like all of that, like if you work on just being a good person to yourself and like all that shit, it spreads into all things. Thank you, sir. It spreads into all things. It's not just like, if you're only focusing, you know, like whether you're
The hippies
battle
are
rap,
right, bro.
whether you're fucking stand-up comedy or anything, if you're just focusing on the one thing because like you want the results from the one thing and all of that, like you're probably not going to get there the way
Nothing
you think
exists
you
solely
are.
in a vacuum.
Like,
bro.
you have to like, it's a whole fucking process, and
There is
I'm very
nothing
much
without
slowly
the total.
becoming like aware of that too. No, you're good. I'm like
Yeah.
jumping between thoughts anyway, but
No, you're right there, bro.
no,
There's
like,
nothing without
like,
the total.
Yeah, it's you got to find yourself, and once you do, it makes everything easy.
But see, that's exactly the thing. Like, finding yourself ultimately is going to take more time. It's going to take more going back to the
and you're gonna make
board.
a lot of mistakes.
You're going to make more
Here's the thing,
mistakes. You're
though.
going to
And
fail
you
a
gotta
lot
be down
more.
with
You're going to
that.
fail a lot more times. But it's like, that's why motherfuckers are not willing to take that time to do that. They just wanted to go on the hottest bandwagon, on the hottest fucking train of like, what's the hot new style right now? What's the hot thing to do? What's the popular thing to do in a battle right now? And I'm just gonna do that.
I think,
And-
that's a stigma for everything in life. People want to do what's
That's
popular.
true,
People
but
want
like,
to attach. Battle rap,
but
I think, is a
especially for battle rap,
microcosm
it's
for that,
especially for
yes.
battle rap because they want, like you said, they want that instant gratification. They want that fucking. They want to
Exactly.
be big immediately. But it's like you're digging a hole for yourself. For
Well,
one,
here's the
because
thing.
like
Here's the thing: is how much do you appreciate? Like, I'm going to tell you from personal experience. Like, I've gotten large sums of money before, and never once have I looked at my bank account and felt content. Never. I mean, I'm talking about fucking large figures of money. Never once have I looked at my bank account and felt content as a person, bro. Never once was that like the end all be all for me. There's so many deeper things, and that alone taught me a fucking very valuable lesson, which is like, that's not going to give you what you want out of this. You really gotta cut your own path, bro. You really gotta fucking, and honestly, being able to be in front of that, and like you were saying, like with humility, bro, if you can get to that point where you live in that space of like just like understanding, like, you're lucky to fucking be here, and look, like, you battle rapping, you washing cars, you fucking mopping floors, writing poems, fucking skateboarding, all of that is discovering you. These are all mechanisms for fucking finding out who you are, and the fucking goal is to just be the best you and offer the best thing you can to this fucking life, bro. Set the best example you can. Be the fucking best type of person that you can, because that's how you're going to be happiest.
Yeah.
Like, that's ultimately, you being happy is what's going to make other people happy, because, I mean, and I can't say this, that's, again, nothing exists in a vacuum, bro. That's not totally, you being happy. There's fucking sick people out there.
Yeah.
But for the greater majority of people, when you are happy and you display genuine happiness over your craft or the things that you commit your energy to, that inspires other people to do the same.
Yeah.
And when you make your craft just being a good person,
Right.
you know what I'm saying? Like, and that comes, like, battle rap comes second. Like, you will be cool at whatever you want to be, good at, if you can commit enough energy to, like, giving it to yourself and appreciating yourself. And, like, okay, cool, you
Absolutely.
can access things that you didn't know. And you know what? With that humility, you come and go, yeah, I like battle rap. But you come to terms with it. You're self-aware enough to go, you know what? This isn't my thing. But I have skills in this angle, or I have this. And you can still dabble, you can still jump around, but it's like, experiencing everything isn't for everybody. You know what I'm saying? Nobody, like... There's like you were saying, being a Renaissance man is dope, bro. You could be a jack of all trades, but that comes with the stigma of being a master of none.
Exactly.
And there's you can spend, and you know, if
Man's
that's your
talking
journey
right now.
if that's your journey, tight, bro. You know what I'm saying? And there's like, you know, when you see when really accomplished people pass away, and like a lot of people show up to their funeral, every person has a unique story about that person. Every one of those people knew that person in a different light, knew a different person.
Because he had different sides to him.
Yes, and they knew a different person, and it's a beautiful thing. Give yourself that opportunity, you know what I'm saying? Be that, and you know what I'm saying? Not everybody has to be everything, you know? The people that you care about don't have to be your sole confidant, you know what I'm saying? If you care about these people, understand what type of relationship you have and act accordingly.
Right.
Give yourself the opportunity to understand that. Don't try and drain everything from every situation. If you want to be a battle rapper, if you want to experience it, cool, but don't base your happiness off of it. Find something
It's
that
mostly
solidifies
just
you.
don't base your happiness off of validation from other people, because a lot of the time most other people they don't understand their own, like they haven't found their own happiness yet.
All on the same journey,
so it's
bro.
just like, why are you like, especially if you are on this like mindset of trying to find like who you are as a person and what it is that like fulfills you, like you can't base it off of other people that aren't fucking built like you and haven't reached that level of mindset yet, because like you're just fucking yourself in the long run, because it's nothing against those people, they just haven't gotten to that same point as you have yet.
Well, and it comes the same thing with like religion, bro. You could be really spiritual, but here's the thing: once you like join a religion, you join this concept, you start selling yourself the idea that these people's experience with the universe is more important than your own. That these people talk to God, and for some reason that they have a more inherent understanding of what that means. Like, I don't give a fuck what your experience. I mean, I do, because I care about people. But I don't give a fuck what those people's experience with the universe or God is, if they're not offering me the same opportunity. You know what I'm saying? Like my experience with, and I say God is like a rough estimate of whatever spirituality is, not any religion thing, but like the universe, whatever your governing factor is, your higher power, whatever. Your experience with that shit, your individual experience with that, it's the only one that matters to you. Like, you're not, like, I don't need to listen to somebody else preach and then I'm going to somehow walk away feeling like I'm more understanding of my experience. Like, that's just, you know what I'm saying? Like, I mean, and I think that's kind of like, you know, don't get me wrong. We're saying the same thing, but when you're telling somebody they can't access that unless they go through you.
See,
Right.
I think that's what the difference between Eastern philosophy and Western philosophy is a lot too. Is just like Western philosophy, it instills the idea that you have to like seek an external source of God, that somebody else or something else has the right answers. A lot of Eastern philosophy is like dive in yourself, learn yourself, understand yourself, and I think that's why a lot of the hippie culture, like I was saying, hippies are right, bro. You know what I'm saying? Not entirely, bro. Like, you know what I'm saying? If you're happy and content with that type of life, but there's a lot of people who want to work really hard and like
And have
see their hands calloused,
see the fruits of the labor
yes,
come from
exactly.
that. See
Contentment.
actual results from that shit.
And that's what I mean about not pursuing. Not everybody's truth is your truth. Not everybody's fucking light is your light. You don't have to run down the same tunnel, you know. But appreciate when somebody finds what their thing is, and let that not inspire you to do that thing, but to do your thing.
Exactly, and so like that kind of, to piggyback off of what you're saying, like it really comes down to this, like the whole big secret to your success. Like if we're not only just to everything else, but including battle rap too, especially battle rap. Don't try to be the best. Be the best you.
Yep.
Because if you try to be the best, like
you're gonna hate yourself in 2 years.
Because the thing is, like,
because I was there.
The biggest thing
jaded.
is that the best. That's the biggest fucking myth of all time. There's no fucking such thing as the best. Everybody,
it's
so
bro.
You could put whoever in your GOAT category of who's top 5 of this or that. But
My
at the end
top 5 has like 40 people in it.
And the thing is, like, and I bet they're all interchangeable at certain points of time, right? So that's why there's no fucking such thing as a GOAT. No such thing. Whenever people ask me, "Oh, who's your top 5 battlers?" I'm like, "There's no fucking top 5. There's no such thing."
Don't
He
even
says
matter about a
stat
top.
a lot though. He always says my name in that.
It don't even matter.
I'll tell you. Go ahead.
It don't even matter a top 5 though. Like one of your bottom 5 can show up with 20 of his fucking friends, and then they make way more fucking noise from fucking your fucking bottom 5, and that determines the battle.
Never mind.
No, that's not how that happened. I honestly lost the robo. That's not how that happened.
But also to bring it back to the head, mentioning stat shit. whenever people ask me who's your top 5, battlers or whatever, I'm always like there's no fucking such thing. But I'll tell you a top 5 underrated. I'll tell you who's my top 5 most underappreciated battlers.
Yep.
And I definitely put Stat on that list.
That makes me feel
Easy.
good.
Reverse Live's been on that list for the longest
Reverse,
time.
bro.
yeah.
Peanut's been on that list. Madflex been on that list.
Peanut,
Fredo's been on that list.
Yeah,
EK's been on that list.
Oh,
SM,
incredible,
SM,
bro.
dog.
Shouts out what dog
EK's
like
a
go.
genius.
I could go on, man. Like I could list everybody who I've come into contact with. I could but I'll sound biased or whatever. Gray Fox, this. I could list whoever, bro. Like, but I can never give you. I can never give you a top 5 GOAT list because there's no such thing to me. That's a fucking myth, and I don't give a fuck. Like, you could try to say, "Oh, this person's the best because this many views." Like, that's what you're gonna base it on. Oh, their status and like their resume.
It's the same thing with fighting,
and it's,
bro.
And it's
when
like,
you land that many punches,
yeah.
you have somebody and you calculate by punches. It's like, okay, but who were they fighting?
Exactly.
When were they fighting?
And
what kind of prime? Who was in whose prime?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, that person has really poor defense, so of course their stats are incredible. Like, yeah, they've landed a lot of shots.
Yeah, and who you fought, the matchups. It's all about the matchups, and so like all that shit at the end of the day doesn't fucking matter. The resume, I don't give a fuck. I don't give a fuck what their view count is. I don't give a fuck. A person could be fucking trash and still get more views than you. So like, don't put so much value and weight into these fucking views because that doesn't tell shit. And the fact that your battle leagues base a battler's value based on how many views you get, because like if you're gonna ask for how much money, like, oh yeah, I want this much money. They're gonna respond with how many views you get, how many people you bring to the door, how many this or that, which part of me understands that, and I understand as a business, and it's a business. I understand you want to run your business. That's how you run your business. But another part of me is like, well, you know what? If you base a battler's value on that instead of their work ethic, that's how you get battlers that mail in fucking mediocre performances when you pay them 5 fucking stacks. That's how you get battlers that come in here not giving a fuck, showing up late to your own events and shit.
Well, when you have
taking hella days being diva, that's how you get divas, dog.
Yeah,
when you fucking do this shit.
There's someone that can bring in 50 people to the venue, but like completely be ass. But then there's the kid that can only bring in 2 people and
he'll wash your whole fucking squad. He'll wash your fucking squad.
Those people are out there, bro.
I think the issue, bro, is like, fuck. I forgot what I was gonna say.
Okay, well, I'm gonna continue on my train of thought.
Yeah.
Honestly, I'm surprised any of us like kept a coherent thought through
Yeah.
this whole fucking shit.
I agree.
Because,
I'm
like,
not surprised because I'm not the one who's drunk.
Oh, okay, you're
I was
not
kidding.
surprised. I'm surprised. You don't have to be surprised. I'm surprised for you.
Yeah, exactly. There's enough surprise to go around.
I just wanted to draw it into this, right? To me, the closest I could ever get to a top 5 or a top list of any sort are people who distinguish themselves. Like, the reason why I say like people like Peanut, Madflex, they're on the most top underrated, underappreciated, Reverse Live on a top underappreciated list is because they take the time to carve out their styles. They carve their niche. They're unique in their own approach to battle rap. You'll never like when you see a Madflex bar on piece of paper.
It's a
you could
Madflex
tell
bar.
it's a Madflex bar. You could tell it's a Peanut bar. You could tell it's a Reverse Live bar. You could fucking tell, and just not even from their bars, but their execution, their personality.
And none of those guys have ever phoned it in. Like, maybe even one of them might.
And that's the thing.
Even maybe they might say they have, but even their version of phoning it in ain't
It's
fucking
far
like,
more
so
integral.
Far
It's have
more
much
than
more
what
integrity
someone
than
else.
most.
So
Yeah, exactly.
and there's been statements.
That's what I was
going
gonna say. Here's the thing: is when you offer something based on this, like, look, there are people who look at it like, okay, there's always gonna, when you make a video game, bro, there's always gonna be people who play the video game one way, but there's always gonna be people who dive into it and go, how can I hack this? How can I find exploits?
Yeah.
And that's those. Unfortunately, battle rap has created a community full of people who fucking champion people who lean on
find
exploits.
loopholes.
Yeah. And
How can
so
I get
what
the
you-
most views in the most shortest amount of
exactly.
time?
So if you base that, and here's a good antithesis. There's people who we were talking about. Daylight's great, bro, but there's people who he took advantage of that situation, and then there's people like Ronnie, bro, who like traditionally like don't get a lot of views, but work hard as fuck and are very good and bring a lot of people
Very
in
good, yeah.
and have a great following and actually understand what cheat codes are, but still fail to break that one threshold, that views count.
That's crazy.
And I think
That's crazy because he's such a marketing genius.
bro,
And,
it is
and
exactly.
and
but
he's
never-
he's
That's a good point to bring
legit
up.
making a side hustle off his merch.
100%.
And And he doesn't even need the million views like that.
No, exactly. And that's
Yeah,
what I'm
that's
saying.
a great
He's cut
point.
out his fucking angle, bro.
He's really done like the indie wrestling Kenny Omega, like
Yes,
just selling
bro.
the t-shirts type
Raw-
shit.
And see,
out
that
his trunk, bro. That I mean, if I had to say, if you fucking battle rappers are looking at anybody to understand, like, what having fun. Here's the other thing.
See,
and
but
the
that-
reason Ronnie
but-
is great
but-
is because he has fun all the time. He's never not the fucking best
Yeah.
person to be
Also,
around
though,
at any event.
like it does take a certain level of like there is levels to this shit. Like
Yes.
not any of you motherfuckers can just start fucking slinging t-shirts out of your trunk.
Yeah.
just,
No,
like-
here's the
just
thing, though.
because
Have
you
fun.
want to.
Have fun. If you're
Have-
really there
have
to have fun, it's gonna show. And when you really put your best foot forward, and it's like really the effort that you put into it is like seen. Like he's not out here like doing half-ass shit just to be seen doing
Exactly,
it.
yeah.
He's putting in that work ethic is integral to what he does.
and
you
and,
know?
and speaking of Ronnie, he's exactly like the perfect example of what I was talking to you about, like how like the bullshit battlers are like total, like their performances are totally outshining like the big battlers that are like coming in and like, because the thing when the big headliner battlers, like they get promoted so fucking much more, and a lot of them just end up not living up to that expectation, man. Like
Yep. The other thing-
that's where we at. That's where we at right now. We're
Yeah,
like,
no,
well, we're getting
I'm
the
way
pay-per-view.
more
The pay-per-view
stronghold.
numbers are
I'm-
so high and shit.
I'm way more excited for like mid-tier battles that I can watch.
I battle,
Than
bro.
I could.
Shouts out Lex Luthor. Shouts
Oh, yeah,
out
no,
I
they're
battle.
fire
best
too.
fucking
They're
best
fire
fucking
too,
matchmaker
but
in the fucking game.
But even more than that, like I just don't really follow battles on the internet the way I did when I
Yep.
first got into this.
Same here.
Now it's way more like I will watch anyone in person. In person,
Yeah.
like.
It's a different dynamic,
It's a
too.
different dynamic, and it's just like I've started to understand. It's like I just can't even watch it on the internet no more. Like
It's not fun. I don't dig into
especially
it like
because
that.
it's like on the
Very few.
when I watch it on the internet, I watch it with such a just such a fucking asshole type eyes to where like I won't give time a day to most shit, but like in person you have to give time a day to it because you're there.
Exactly.
That's
yeah,
true.
and I think that
And
You
I'm
feel the energy, man.
and I'm respectful as a performer, so it's like I'm not gonna like walk out
Plus-
on you or do some
Yeah,
fuck shit
and
while
the
you're
energy is
performing.
just different, man,
Yeah.
when you're live. And like I say all that to say this, man. Like when you carve out your niche, and you take the time to to learn how to develop yourself into injecting your personality into your craft, especially with battle rap, then that's where you find like your most successes. It may not result in like the most views every time, but like you could see in the notoriety you get, you could see in the respect you get from the
Exactly.
people you respect.
Bro, I always
Exactly.
said it from the jump. I do this shit to make peers out of the people who inspire me.
There
That's
you go.
what I want, bro.
And-
If I
and-
can level with the people who made me want to do this shit and be part of that, and like, and I get that's to some degree fucking validation in a sense, but it's there's an appreciation that people get not from you showing up and phoning it in, but from them seeing you fucking drop sweat, bro. From them seeing you fucking pour blood out.
Yeah,
and that's
because it's very different from like a superficial type of validation. It's more like on just a level of straight
when they
respect.
view you as a peer.
When
When
they
you,
straight
when you're
respect.
a true peer.
You know what I'm saying? Like ask any battler. Like you ask him like, what's worth more to you? A fucking like a whole like 1,000 random stranger fans giving you props, or you getting props from the few battlers that you idolize?
Yeah. Yeah, exactly.
Every time they'll say those few battlers.
Well,
that
there's
respect
the
is worth
exception.
more.
Again,
That's what holds more weight to
Facts,
them.
man.
Absolutely. I think there
It
are the
means,
exceptions.
it means
of
way
people.
more to me that this guy over here on this couch fucks with me
the
than
long way.
any fucking bunch of you.
Well, but see, the thing is, like, y'all have taken the time and y'all have worked. I've seen you develop and evolve, and you worked your way into like, and that's why we're sitting here, and I don't feel at all like I'm talking to fans. I don't feel at all like I'm talking to people that are under
That's
me.
crazy, but fire.
I've always carried myself to about like I'm equal to everybody,
Yeah.
and that's why like people like when people it's like they always tell me I'm humble. Well, it's not so much that I'm humble. I'm just not a delusional fuckhead. Like
Yeah,
I'm not.
I'm
not-
that's called being humble.
No. It's called just being a fucking normal human being and not trying to put myself on a pedestal when you just. Well, I'm just a fucking battle rapper. Like all you do is put rhymes together and fucking call an opponent a faggot for 10 minutes, and you think you're a fucking celebrity all of a sudden? No, motherfucker, you ain't shit.
I think
You're just as trash as the rest of us, dog. Don't fucking put yourself above anybody just because you have a bigger name or whatever, doing the same shit everybody else is fucking doing. Ooh. You're a battle rapper. You're not a celebrity. You're not an actor. You're not. I get worked up about this because people really think they're celebrities off this shit.
No,
like they really carry themselves.
They do because people fucking give them that power and they pump them up into that.
See, that's all.
A good
that's all
celebrity,
delusional
somebody with that type of fucking environment, somebody in that space is not going to act like that. Anyways.
And honestly,
so the people that I respect in that world, in the acting world, in the comedy world, are cool, bro. They don't fucking act like divas. They don't act like celebrities. Like, even when you attain that level of success, you're still a human fucking being. You know what I'm saying? Like, even, like, bro, like we were talking earlier, like, arguably the greatest measure of success in our current era of battle rap is being on Wild and Out. That's about the level of success you can expect, or a cameo embodied. Shouts out fucking Joseph Kahn. Hopefully I get one embodied too. But you cannot base this shit, like, your entire understanding of appreciation for yourself and validation.
I think this shit overheated.
Is this still recording though?
Still recording.
We can still use the audio, right?
Yeah, the audio's still going.
Yep.
Audio's still going, so we can still keep going on
Bet.
All right, man.
audio.
Bet.
Like, we can still release that shit as audio.
Okay, well.
I think this shit overheated though. Let me see where it fucking stopped at. Yeah, you gotta keep going though.
All
right.
I gotta take a piss.
All right. So basically, what are you saying?
No, just being a fucking human being, bro. Nothing
Oh, yeah,
separates
yeah.
you from being a fucking human being. And ultimately, like, you know, even when you reach that level of success, your measure of success, if you're working for success to start treating people differently, like, again, the absolute power thing, bro, you don't fucking deserve it. Absolute power corrupts absolutely. If you're the one working for that position, you don't fucking deserve it, bro. I don't want to give you that power.
And that's why I've always maintained that there's absolutely no reason for me, no matter how many fucking views I get, there's absolutely no reason for me to start feeling or acting like I'm above anybody, because like I came up from the bottom like everybody else. I came up from I had to make a name for myself like everybody else. I came from the same fucking place as you. So
Exactly.
like there's absolutely no reason for me to like, you know what I mean? I was in the same
part.
fucking shoes as Ryne.
I definitely think there's an important thing in distinguishing yourself from somebody who's not willing to put in the work. I think being able to explain those people, but not acting better. Like, you know, we're all in the same spot, but like the old adage, like, you're always going to see the people the same people that you see on your way up, you're going to see on the way down. So treat everybody the same.
Yeah, exactly.
The same as
see,
the
I've always had
CEO.
that, and I've always had an attitude that I ain't shit, because like the whole, like, just as quick as you went up,
yeah,
it's just as quick as you could come back down.
Especially when you, like we were talking about the longevity game, bro. You know, it's not a sprint, it's a marathon, bro. So when you're looking at it, like, if you blew up really fast, bro, your fucking trajectory downward is probably very similar. You're probably going to go straight
Also, that
down
just gives you even more pressure to maintain your position where you're at.
Exactly.
And if you got there too fast, too soon, and you don't know how, you haven't learned how to maintain that position, then
exactly.
It'll
well, and there's something to be said about growing with your status, about growing as a human and understanding, like, your position and being
exactly.
able to, when you shoot right up, I hate to say it, but you're gonna act new. You're gonna act like you
because you are new.
Yeah, exactly.
Because you haven't gotten to grow into that role yet.
Appreciate it and fully like understand.
You haven't gotten to earn those inherent flaws.
Exactly.
In those space tests, you haven't gotten to where you haven't gotten to where you haven't gotten to wear that face long enough in order to know how to be comfortable in that skin.
Exactly.
You feel me?
Exactly.
And so I just wanted to just drop it in just one last point real quick, like and like people that do spend enough time fucking, you know, carving out their niche or whatever, and like advancing along with their craft, are the people that do have true longevity and get true respect out of this shit from a fan base that's more diehard for them than somebody whose name is just this big.
Don't shy away from failure. Don't let yourself fall back. Let yourself, like, even just a good example, like, you know, not everybody that you end up being really close with, you're going to be close with forever. Sometimes it takes having little quarrels, sometimes to gain respect and understand how people work under pressure. Sometimes you got to fall away from being in the best type of standings with people to understand, like, even when I wasn't in good standings with this person. They were solid.
And,
You know what I'm saying? You got to understand
right.
that. Like, sometimes you're going to make mistakes. I've made multiple thousands
We all have.
of micro mistakes, but
I've
big
made
mistakes
many.
in battling, bro. And I've gotten great platforms.
I can carry my weight in shame, man.
Exactly. I should have broke a lot of times. There was opportunities I was given that I fucked up a lot, bro. And some of those people that were on the worst end of my fuck ups are my best friends in this. Shout out Vodka, bro. Shout out fucking Andy, bro. Some of the people that had to see me and be part of my fuck ups and had to feel that pain with me and fucking understand that are my best people in this. Some of those people feel that humility, bro. You have an opportunity to fucking rise from, you know, distinguish yourself in a whole new light when people see you really fucking pull yourself out from the fucking mud. You know what I'm saying? And when you return there and you're with those people in that same, you know, they trust you. They understand that you're not going to act brand new in that, bro. There's something to be said about being comfortable in your anxiety and in that fucking, you know, not everybody is always going to have comfortable footing, but you got to be comfortable in your imbalance and understand. It's like the, you know, just the drunken boxing thing, bro.
Exactly.
You know, understanding the best way to go sometimes is not to force yourself into a situation, but to you know, just fucking be part of something that you're not in control of, and not necessarily, you know, absolving your responsibility of having to always be in control and understand. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes shit's bigger than you, and sometimes you're part of it, and sometimes you are it. But acting the same and being humble in between, and when you get an opportunity to be the maestro, the conductor, don't let it get to your head, bro. You know what I'm saying? Be you know, understanding that, like, it takes every part is a cog, bro. Like, yeah, you might be a fucking primary you might be the drivetrain, bro, but guess what? That fucking lug nut falls off,
You're dead.
it's gonna be an issue. You feel me? So sometimes the most fucking benign little piece is just as integral, and
That's why, like, you gotta build your foundation strongly before you fucking decide to
focus on
elevate
everything,
yourself.
you know, but
And-
not over.
And that all comes to the whole instant gratification shit you were talking about earlier, because it's like you, like I said, all this can be developed and evolved into you if you just take the time. And if you don't take the time, don't fucking go for instant gratification all the time. I know you want the respect, I know you want the fucking fans, but like that shit doesn't happen overnight. And I'm not talking about just like the fans that'll just jump on the bandwagon if you do some stupid ass gimmick and get viral views overnight just
Or
because
hit a couple hot bars, you get a little
just because
swag,
you did
bro,
some
you
stupid
end up-
shit. I'm talking about if you fucking establish, just like the Peanuts and the Mad Flexes and the Reverses, if you establish a very strong foundation and that you have a really hardcore fan base, a cult fan base that'll ride for you because you distinguish yourself as a different and unique competitor and individual. It just takes more time. You just have to spend that more time. And so, like,
that comes with doing things that you're happy about, bro, and having fun, bro, because you don't... Look, distinguishing yourself and being in that space, like, yeah, it seems like work when you are only working for the ends, when the ends are the only thing that justify the means. But when the go-in-betweens are just as important, when the little, you know, microtransactions of life, when every step is equally as important as the journey in whole, you start appreciating the little things, bro. If you're always having fun, that space you're in where you're not getting all of the appreciation you think you deserve, it's still fun because you're doing what you want. And then, you know what I'm saying, you grow with it. It's not something where everybody's going to fuck with you, but that gratification, you'll never appreciate it like when you've worked years and you've grinded with very few people. And guess what? Those very few people that rocked with you, those are the people that become personal friends. Those are the people that become, you know, and it's the same thing with fans. All of those people, like we were saying earlier, all those people want to be your personal friend. Well, you earn that. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly. See, and that's the thing I was talking to you earlier. Also, like, there are some forms of instant gratification that are earned, that you do deserve, and like, and is good for your character because you worked yourself to a certain place to where you get the instant gratification. And what I mean by that is when your name's big enough to where you walk into a room and motherfuckers already know, Stat, he's nice,
exactly.
without even knowing you.
Exactly.
Stat, I've heard the name though. Your reputation precedes you. He's nice. You got that notoriety, and that's that type of instant gratification that does count, and it does like develop you even further as a character. It'll even humble you if you're the right.
It's social royalties. It's something that slowly trickles in. You know what I'm saying? It's not something where you get this big check of like, oh, I'm validated, like I am the GOAT. No, it's like it's when you walk in a room with people who might have an inclination of who you are, and they show you that respect.
And like without even knowing you.
Exactly.
And like, I mean, it reminds me of this one story of like this one artist, like this Picasso type artist. I mean, for the sake of argument, we'll just say it's fucking Picasso.
It's Pac.
It's Picasso, and so like Picasso was selling paintings on the street one day. This is when he's already.
I
like,
believe it is. I know. I think I know.
This is when he's already like mastered his craft and everything.
Yeah.
He's already the grandmaster, and he's selling paintings. And a woman comes by like, oh yeah, how much
Was it the napkin?
Oh no, yeah, it was a
the
napkin. So
yeah.
the woman asked him like, can you draw me a
crumbled it
painting
up.
on no. The woman asked for a painting. Can you draw me a painting on this napkin? So he does. Okay, I'll draw you the painting. So he does the painting on an. Oh, look out! He does a drawing on a napkin. Takes him like 10 minutes. It's fire. And the woman goes, "That's a dope painting. How much you selling it for?" And the dude goes, $1 million. And the woman goes, $1 million? It only took you 10 minutes to fucking make this drawing on this napkin. So then Picasso goes, well, it took me 10 minutes today, but it took me a lifetime to be able to draw this in 10 minutes.
Yeah.
That's why it's worth $1 million.
I heard a very similar, the very similar rendition, but it was like a lady saw him in a cafe and just doodling on a napkin, and he crumpled it up and threw it away. And she went and she said, "Oh my God, that was amazing. Why did you throw it away?" And he pulled it out and fucking looked at it, and she said, "How much are you selling it for? I want to buy it from you." And he said, "Fucking $10 million or some shit." And she was like, "What the fuck? You just threw it away. I saw you do it in 10 minutes." He goes, "That's where you're fucking wrong, kiddo." Hit her with the double finger.
and that's where you're wrong, bitch.
That's where you're wrong, kiddo. Well, I hate to fucking cut this short, but we've been rocking for an hour and a half.
Woo! That's a long episode.
Already have had the fucking video dropped out. If you've been watching on YouTube, apologize for that.
Sorry, guys.
The audio worked just fine, though, so I'm just going to, like, do
Loop.
some movie magic type shit. Just going to put the picture in between where the fucking video dropped out and then have it. It's recording right now, though, so it's still
Okay,
good.
tight.
It just overheated. My shit's not the best fucking per video, but
Moral of the story, kids: be your own Picasso.
be your own Picasso. Like I always
Live
say,
your best life.
I always say this, but it's never applied more than fucking now. Love yourself, but don't fucking get played.
Yep.
MurderVerse Radio.
MV.
I'm Ryan Watkins.
Who are you?
I'm Stat. Shouts out. MV. That's life.
Where's your socials?
Oh, you should hit me at Stat. Tim Stat Olmstead on Facebook. I'm going to have some people run my social media better here soon. Got music coming, going on tour. Got some battles coming. Don't worry. We'll be lit. Probably got a little freestyle coming too. Shouts out MurderVerse Radio. It's all love.
And it's Tantrum, bitch.
Bing, bang, boom.
Boom.